welcome to Record-ology. Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. I hope you're having a wonderful day, as am I. So today we're going to be reviewing this bad boy right here. This is the Studebaker portable cassette player recorder with FM radio. Where's AM? Where's AM? Auxiliary input jack, built-in microphone, AC/DC operation, comes in a variety of colors. I got the gold and black one. Cool. Foldable handle. You can play, pause, record, fast forward, fast rewind, stop, eject. Cool stuff. Auto stop, built-in condenser microphone, rotary, telescopic antenna. Cool stuff. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm excited to do this. It's been this arrived while we were traveling, so I've been excited to come back to this project. We've got our power supply. It is a DC powered unit, as are so many items these days. Let me back, it's a little tight there, that shot. In the box we've got our manual. Set that aside for future reference. This seems to be well packed. People always tease me when I talk about packaging, but I mean, if it's not packed right and it's broken when you get it, then you're going to care about packaging. That's what I think. So this is in a sealed bag. Go ahead and open it up. Big thought on everybody's mind is mono or stereo head. I think it's safe to say we can just assume it's going to be mono, but it's a one speaker unit. And I know that back in the day that didn't necessarily mean that it couldn't actually function as a stereo unit. Cool. This thing looks cool. It's got a really cool kind of compact, chubby little vintage yet modern look to it. I like it. It's pretty lightweight. When you put batteries in there, that'll definitely heft it up. That is a metal speaker grill, which is a good thing. It's got a good symmetric design, I think, even though that the cassette or this side is, wider than this side, but it still looks overall pleasing to me. I like symmetrical designs. You know those cubes? Is it Nissan Cube? Is it Nissan? Whatever the company that makes the cube things, it just hurts my brain to look at that car. The handle is a hollowed ABS plastic. Feels a little cheapish, but that's okay. On top here, let's look. We've got an aux in, which is cool. Volume knob, that is plastic. A function switch. Our transport controls right there. There's the microphone. Interesting placement on the mic. Usually they put that right there, but that works. Tuning dial. It's got this shiny plastic. It's got a cool look. On the back here, we've got a 6-volt power input. And we've got arrows to the casing screws. We shouldn't need to get in there. Here's where you can put your batteries. Looks like they're C-size batteries. As soon as you put those in, it's going to heft it up quite a bit. On the bottom there, just got kind of a rigid plastic foot on each side, and there's nothing on the edge there. It looks like the plastic is painted rather than molded in this color. So like I said, there are different color variants. I think this one looks kind of cool. I like the gold and black. I think it looks classy. So, all right, let's answer the number one question, which will be, this whole thing opens. That's cool. The head. It is really hard to see in there with the camera. I apologize, but I can tell you it is a mono head, obviously Tanashin type clone mechanism. Tanashin, however you say it. So, on par with what we would expect. Everything seems legit. Everything looks good. It is a permanent fixed magnet, which is common with, you can see the blue race head up there. So that is pretty common. The fixed magnet just rotates down into position and then up and away versus an electromagnet. This is interesting. It looks like there's some sort of packing material. What on earth? Look like right in there. Let me zoom in a little bit there. What is that? Encountered something jammed in there. This can't belong. It's greasy, so I wonder. I'm probably ruining it. Could you imagine? But it just seems to me to be a foreign object that shouldn't be in there. What on earth, you guys? Okay, that is a first for me. That is a first for me. It's like plastic, probably covered in, not adhesive, but a lubricant. And it was like jammed down in there. That is so strange. Yeah, that was definitely a foreign object. I can see the gear in there. I'm sure it didn't want that. Okay, let me go ahead and connect this, guys, and we'll give it a test. Thorough test. All right, let's go ahead and plug it in. I can't think of any other portable cassette deck I've ever had, or any cassette deck that I've ever had that has a DC power supply like that. Or maybe we've seen something like that. I don't know. All right, I'm going to take ye old test tape, and we'll just play this. So I've created this test tape finally, and it's not YouTube music, but it's going to be pretty similar. It's like broadcast music that I have the rights to. And with this tape, I've recorded essentially 10-second snippet versions of different songs. And this one has rock and roll, and I think techno, rap, dance later on in the tape. But we'll just let it play, and you should be able to get a good sample of the sound quality. So, okay, so without further ado, here we go. I switched to the front mic so you guys could hear it a little better. So here it is, the Studebaker cassette tape boombox. A little bit of signal noise there. I mean, it's kind of a small sounding speaker. Interesting, like this window here is magnifying. Look at that, how it magnifies. So obviously this isn't going to be like your main system. This is like for the garage, kids' room. Maybe in the kitchen, something like that. You know, it's not bad. I mean, it's about what I would expect for this type of a unit. Let's see. It's really weird how this is magnifying. You can't really see it that well, but it magnifies it into it, and it distorts it. Is that weird? Usually these are just to let you see the take-up reel, and there's usually something shiny or orange behind where the tape goes to create contrast. So they just have kind of like this gradient plastic. Doesn't really do the trick, but that's why there's always like some color there, like white, to create contrast so you can see how much tape you have left, which is interesting. Just bizarre that it's actually an optical kind of piece of plastic there. So I'm going to fast forward this to the end of the tape, actually just further down the tape, because I want to do a microphone test on this. We'll give it a record test. I'm guessing it'll be similar to other tape mechanisms that we've encountered in the past. I also want to do an aux input record test, and for that I'm going to use an external CD player. It did not come with an audio cable, which I actually expected it to. However, I am prepared, so I'll make sure we have what we need for that. Okay, so the fast forward is pretty slow, but it is what it is. So I fast forwarded past the pre-recorded music onto some fresh tape, and now I'm going to test the microphone, which is again right up here. It's a little condenser microphone, and I'm about 20 inches from the mic. I'm just behind the camera now, and by the way, I am back on the vocal mic for the camera, so that's why I sound better. The audio from this will sound not as good, but not as direct as it did when we were doing the original sound test, but you get the idea. I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying clearly and not to sound echoey. So I'm on tape mode, and I'm just going to hit play record. Okay, this is a microphone test of the Studebaker cassette recorder portable unit. Gold and black, looks cool, fun form factor, fun little chunky design. Definitely an auxiliary device, but I think it might be worthy so far based on what I've seen and heard. For the garage, the kids' room, this would be a great, beginner unit for a child that's showing interest in like cassette tapes or making recordings, listening to the radio. I feel like it's a rugged enough design for that. Okay, let's go ahead and rewind back. fun little chunky design. Definitely an auxiliary device, but I think it might be worthy so far based on what I've seen and heard. For the garage, the kids' room. Actually, that's not a bad mic at all. You know, compared to what we see with a lot of things like, you know, these little portables and things like this, I feel that the mic on this is actually superior. Again, it's not going to be, you know, you're not going to be making a, well, you could be, I don't know, but you're probably just going to be doing dictational type things, you know, on this. Although, who's really going to be like, you know what, I need to dictate something. Let me put the iPhone down. I don't care about that app. Who needs that kind of crappy technology, modern stuff, BS? I want to reach for a boombox and record on tape. You never know. You never know. My friend Peter and I probably would because we are weird like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's test the radio. We haven't done that yet, so let's go over to the radio. It is FM only, which is a bummer. Let me get this extended up here.
That in no way, shape, or form is anything that...
But I'm very optimistic that
it's clear.
The AFC North football, if Joe can come back healthy, and the Ravens play Ravens football, and the Steelers play Steelers football, that's going to be a tough division, man. Those no longer. There's going to need to be an upgrade there. They're going to have a running game. You know, James Conner now in Arizona. They're going to have to figure out a way to up.
Let's see if we can record off the radio. The tape was spinning when I was doing that. Let's
need to be an upgrade there. They're going to have a running game. You know, James Conner now in Arizona.
That was a good recording because the fidelity of the radio was good, and it sounded just as good when we were playing it back. So this might be a little bit of a surprise in the record sound quality department. Okay guys, now let's test the line input recording. I'm kind of excited about this because that radio test, the fidelity was surprising. It sounded really good, which is weird because I played back a well-recorded tape, which I tested on the higher end system beforehand, but when we listened to it, it was kind of like, it was okay, but the fidelity off the radio was much better, which is strange. And I know that it's, you know, there's something to be said for a tape recorded on this machine, played back on this machine. It's going to be properly aligned to, you know, whatever variances there is with the azimuth of the head, etc., etc. That being said, I'm curious to see how a line input from a digital source directly recorded with this and then played back with this will sound. So, without further ado, I'm switched to aux, hitting record and play. We do get a preview on the audio. So let's go ahead and see what we get here. Okay, so I've successfully recorded from the line input. Let's see what the sound quality is like. It's about the same as the tape we started with. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely lost a lot of fidelity from the digital source. There's the auto stop. That's cool. Okay, so it has a semi-auto stop, meaning that when we rewind and then hit play, it hits the end and stops. But if it's in fast forward mode and hits the end, it doesn't stop. But that's cool. So we do have the semi-auto stop there. Anyway, so yeah, the fidelity wasn't the best on the playback of that either, yet the fidelity on the radio playback was phenomenal. So maybe the compression they use on FM radio is just perfectly suited for the acoustics and sonic capabilities of this head. I'm not 100% sure. But I think we've covered every base of this unit. At the end of the day, I am going to recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below. It is a cool unit from a form factor perspective. The sound is adequate to good depending on what function you're using it for. Keeping in mind, we're not trying to replace, you know, your Nakamichi with this. That's not the design. This is, or the intent whatsoever. This is, you know, it is what it is. It's designed to be an entry-level unit, an auxiliary unit, a fun unit. From a decorative standpoint, this is a fun, functional piece of decor. So, yeah, I think it's cool. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. And again, I'll put the link down there if you guys want to snag one of these. But thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for now. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.